Good morning. We have no electricity this morning, so I could not open. And so I thought, what could I do with my time? And then I thought, maybe I can jump on here and talk about our part day program. What I do for the part day program is it's mornings only. I'm not too picky about drop off time as long as pickup occurs before 12:15, 12:30. So that gives you from 7:30 to 12:30. It's $100. And you may be thinking, man, that's really expensive and I can't get a full day's work out of it. Well, in that time, in that case, I do offer full time, but our afternoons are a little bit more relaxed. We eat lunch and then work on just some daily life skills, daily routines, hygiene, and then we take a rest and then we get up and have a snack. But the majority of our work happens in the morning. And you say, work for babies? Well, their work is the work of play and just learning some independence. The part day program works out good for parents that are just trying to get their child exposed to other children in a social setting. Maybe the child has some developmental delays that need to be addressed, and the therapists have requested that, or have suggested, not requested, but suggested that maybe you get your child into a program. It also works good for children because it helps them developmentally learn that it's okay to be away from grown-ups. Your parents are always going to come back. And they get the same routine every day, so it helps them regulate, helps them learn the routine, helps them just have a little bit more independence. And it's so funny to see what children do here versus what they do at home and vice versa. So it just broadens their horizons. During this time, for work from home parents, say you have a flexible schedule, it works out great. You bring your little one in the morning, you save on daycare because you're not paying the afternoon fee, which I'm totally okay with your child staying as long as they're enrolled to do so. But they come in the mornings, we do all these things. They can go home, they can eat lunch at home with you, and then lay down for a rest so you get more work done. When they wake up, you've had a full day of work and done what you need to do, and then spend time together. So anyways, back to what we do in the mornings. In the mornings, we eat healthy snacks all morning long. I do serve breakfast, but I have found, because I take mostly 0 to age 4, and preferably when they start is 0 to 3, snacks work out best for us. And by snacks, I mean that I take the meals and I break them up into smaller segments, because that way there's less food wasted and kids are learning to try new things. So, and what toddler doesn't think they need a snack every time? So I set a timer, and usually on the hour we're eating something, some little healthy snack. We go for walks when we can. That's part of our routine. I have a stroller that fits 4, but depending on the needs of the children, if I have a child with a developmental issue, then maybe they can't sit in the stroller. So we just have to tweak it, and I'm working on getting an assistant to come and help me for walks, just so we can get around the block, and take everybody. But we do try to do that. I have a limited number of kids right now, and so we try to get out and go for a walk every day, and talk, and it just helps us reset and get a break from play. We play outside in the mornings from 8 to 10. At 10 o'clock, we start coming in because it's getting hot outside in the summertime. In the spring and fall, and it's a little bit different. In the winter, it'll probably be we get out a little bit later. It flows with the seasons, but for right now in the summer, we're outside from 8 to 10. Our sensory activities, we do all kinds of sensory things. Lots and lots of water play indoors and out. I make the Play-Doh that we play with. I try to add a lot of fine motor things into the Play-Doh, so we're working on those fine motor skills for potty training, for riding in the future. We do music and movement. Sometimes I do it scheduled, but it depends on my ages and stages, what the kiddos that I have. But we're doing music and movement all day long. It's how I manage, how I break up the day. It's just part of our daily routine. We do daily life skills. One of our biggest things that we work on is when you play with a toy, you play with it, that's your work. And when you're done with your work, you put your work away and someone else can come and play with the toy, or someone else can come and do the activity. So that is one of our daily life skills that we work on. We also brush teeth, wash hands. I do not do severe potty training. We do potty learning. So part of the daily life skills is dressing yourself, learning to pull up your pants, learning to wipe your bottom, things like that. We do process art during that time, which means I schedule a time. My mobile infants that take a nap at 9 that still need that 2 nap a day, they take a nap, let's say from 9 to 10. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depends on the child. But then my older ones that are not napping at that time are getting to do process art. And by process art, it means that we are experimenting with different materials. They're creating their own things. Sometimes I prepare some materials, but I let them go free with it, let them do their thing. And we get messy. My only thing is with process art is I don't mind if they paint their fingers because that's a sensory thing. But then I do draw back when we're all over our body because we do need to learn to use the materials appropriately so that we get to do it more. But I don't mind the mess at all. As long as the mess is within the boundaries, we are good. And we also work on a lot of hygiene. When we get up from the table, I give them a clean... one of my toys just went off. How weird. I give them a clean white rag like this. I give it to them warm. They wash hands, face, area, where they were eating, where they were playing, if we were doing art. So that's a hygiene practice. Like I mentioned before, we brush our teeth, we wash our hands. They help me do things like wash the rags and fold the rags. That is their little daily life skill that they work on. So I have little brooms that they can help me sweep and clean up and work on cleanliness and keeping our areas clean. So those are all the things we do within just the part-time program. And so you're really getting a lot for your money. And it's Monday through Friday. Like I said, I open at 7:30 as long as they're picked up by 12:15 at the latest, so I can switch over. And I have some babies that arrive and get fed at that time. My newborns, I usually try to take those in the afternoons because my ones that are here full time are already down into a routine and they take a nap, and it gives me a chance to bond with the new baby and start working on safe sleep practices that helps us later on. And they can't hold their own bottle. They can't do their own things. So it really, really helps me. But like I said, 7:30 to 12, and that's 4.5 hours. and we get a lot done in that 4.5 hours, a whole lot. So if you're interested in the part-time program, please let me know. You can comment here. You can private message me. I don't really know how to do it off of YouTube, but I do off of Facebook. I'm not super tech savvy. And about my program, one thing I want to add, because I wanted to add my credentials, because yes, anyone can do this. And some people are just wonderful with kids, but I want to let you know that I have 30 years of experience. I'm a platinum level child care director. I have a master's in education in early childhood development with curriculum and instruction. And I'm as high as you can go in child care professional development. I'm working on a national accreditation for our program. It should take me about a year. I received a scholarship to do the self-study, so I'm going to try to get enrolled in that today with no electricity. Who knows? So I just wanted to take this time, hop on here. Thank you for watching. I know I babble on. I don't rehearse. All right. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.